Hello. Hello. Hi, Oreo. Are you a primary 6 student? Hi, CW Hall. Yes, it's CW. Are you a P6 student? I haven't seen you around before. Oh, you are? How was your oral today? What was the topic that they asked? Do you do English or Chinese? Why bad? Was it English or was it Chinese? Then what was the topic? Hello to those of you who just came in. Hello. You forgot? It just happened today. You forgot your PSLE topic, the questions that they asked. Wow, okay, so traumatizing. And you know why is it important to remember or not? Because then you don't need to prepare for those the next day. Or you can ask your friends and your trade information, right? Then you all know what not to prepare for the next day. Hello, SK. Are you like the SK jewelry? That makes you rich, right? Encourage more viewers to share. Yes, please. Thank you very much. SK, are you a P6 student? Today for English is ice cream truck. What about the ice cream truck, Mr. or Miss Go? Is that the stimulus? What about the ice cream truck? Is it just an ice cream truck there, and then they ask you, would you want to eat ice cream, or what sort of situation did they give you to talk about? Yours was helping people. You mean at the ice cream truck, or was that unrelated? Is it Chinese or English first? Just to confirm, because there are two languages ongoing, or rather the mother tongue. Yeah, English and mother tongue. Are you all talking about English? Chinese, your mother tongue. Okay, then different. Okay, so yeah, okay, so Chinese mother tongue was about helping people. Okay, how about English? English is for ice cream truck. What about the ice cream truck, Mr. or Miss Go? Or anyone else who had their English oral today? Hi, Azure. Azure. Azure two-time. Interesting name. Kahoot? No. People queuing up for ice cream truck and then they ask, what do you think Singaporeans are orderly? My goodness, what kind of question is that? Then what can you say? I mean, yes, Singaporeans are orderly. They love to queue up. In fact, it is a national pastime. There are people who queue up even though there's no need to queue up. Some people who queue up when they see there's a long queue without knowing why they're queuing up. What else can you talk about? That's a very strange thing to have. But that depends on their question. And then what happens when they queue up for ice cream and then they ask elderly manner? That's very, very strange. I mean, what, you're expecting a riot? Yeah, they are totally running out of ideas and they're desperate to the point where the questions don't really make sense, it seems. What do you mean they're orderly? I mean, they have to see the question lah. There could be a bit more. I mean, what else could they ask about? Orderliness. Are Singaporeans orderly? That is a very large sweeping statement. I mean, you have times where, I mean, you don't see often, but there are times where people rush for things, right? Especially if there's like some sale of sorts. I mean, ice cream truck, is it worth fighting over unless you're telling me some special ice cream that, you know, super limited edition? Yeah, so I don't know. That's very strange. They are queuing up for ice cream and then what happens? Oh, you all don't know what orderly was? Oh my goodness. Then did the examiner was okay, I mean, by right, they are not allowed to explain to you because they have to read the prompt, unless now they give leeway and then they allow you all to explain. Yeah, then GG. Then all the examiner could do was just smile at you, right? Then go on to the next question, right? What's the next question? Do we have break? This is only a 1 hour lesson. I don't know if you can call it a lesson, but yeah, so there won't be any break. But you can go for your toilet breaks or whatever that you wish to at any point in time. There's no one to stop you, right? In theory, you could always bring your device to the toilet, but that is not advisable. You do know how much germs there are in the toilet, right? So that's not the least bit advisable. So yeah, but just go for your break anyway. We'll be starting in a while, so you still have time to go for your toilet break. So yeah, you can go for your break now. It's a good time to go. Yeah, 7:30. We end at 8 o'clock, if that's what you're asking. Or are you asking what time we start? You got Chinese today. So Chinese, apparently someone says about helping others. What specifically, I don't know. Yeah, Chinese was not hard. So in theory, English, well, I mean, there's no precedence for this, but yeah, would that therefore mean that English is easier? But oh well, I don't know. Right? Please write this compo. Why you want me to write the compo? I don't have time to write the compo. If I write the compo, there's nothing to go through. What is there to write? And it's extremely annoying to write on a tablet. Especially I don't have the keyboard. I only have that virtual keyboard, which is a pain to type. I mean, if you want, I can do like an intro paragraph or sorts, depending on the question that we have. That can be done, right? But yeah, I don't think we have time to do the full compo because in any case, you see, if in the exam you have about 50 minutes to do a full compo, here this session is about an hour plus need to introduce question and so on and so forth. I can't be writing. Then if I'm just writing, then there's no engagement, you see. So then you probably have questions and all that. So we can write a bit. I mean, if that's what you all want. Do you all want that? I don't know. If you all want that, I think can be arranged. We can introduce intro para and ending para. The ending, it doesn't make sense to write the ending out of the blue, okay? It has to be a flow, a sequence. But yeah, you love doing intro. Okay, maybe we can do a few possible intros and we can see what we can do about that. But yeah, yeah, maybe we could. Let's see how that one goes. Okay, we could write a bit more than the intro, but let's see. Okay, we shall see what happens. Okay, right. It is 7:01 or so. Let me see. Yep. Okay, I think we can start. Hang on, let me hide that time bar, that countdown. Hide. Okay, very good. Okay, right. So yes, Those of you who had your English oral today, please share with your friends the topics that were covered today. Something about Singaporeans being orderly queuing up for ice cream at the ice cream truck. But what's the follow-up questions? I don't know. Then for Chinese, it's about helping someone. So for your oral tomorrow, you don't prepare for those subjects. Also those topics, sorry. Okay, so yeah. Right. Yeah, let's start. Let me find my pen. Okay, right. So let's look at today's topic. So today we have this topic on a mistake, right? So quite straightforward, right? So if we talk about a mistake, right? What is the definition of a mistake? Anyone? Might sound simple, but yeah. Then usually if it's hard because it's simple. What's the definition of a mistake? Something wrong? Yeah, generally the idea is correct. Yes. You being a mistake. I mean, are you saying that that is the topic you want to write about, you being a mistake? That sounds like self-confidence issue. But yeah, let's not go there. Okay. But yes, something wrong. Something wrong. Anything else to show that it's a mistake of sorts? Right? So, hello, blur gal. Just don't be blur in your exam and you're good. Right? An act of judgment that is misguided or wrong. Thanks for the dictionary meaning. Very good. Which one do you get it from? Which dictionary? Right? But yes, generally correct. So the idea that is generally not correct or wrong. Right? So the idea is that there is this particular action, right? That is not correct. Okay? Right? Or the idea that does not, right, produce a result you want, right? So the idea that it is, let's say for example, we talk about, I don't know, let's think of a less sensitive mistake. Yeah, right. So maybe you were working on a piece of drawing, right? And then you put in lots of effort, you research, and then after that, you put in lots of time, effort, and energy into it, right? And then you expect it to turn out well, but because maybe you made a wrong choice in the coloring, or someone accidentally, no, cannot accident, that's different already. Then you chose wrong tools to paint it with, and then because of the choice of the wrong tools, right, then it does not turn out well, and so that is a mistake because that is not a desired outcome. Okay, right? Okay, thank you for okay. Yeah, Oxford and Cambridge will be good dictionaries to use. Please don't use the Google dictionary. That one may not always be accurate, right? But yeah. Okay, so the idea is that it does not produce something, a desired result, right? So obviously, for example, if you study hard, you expect to do well in your exams, but of course, life being life, it's not always going to be that case. But yeah, that's besides the point. Okay, now, so that is the key idea. So you want to show that there is an idea, that there is something that is not what you desire, right? Now, so let's look at the picture. So the picture here, we have the first one here, right, is the picture of, what do we have here? Quite straightforward. It's going to be a car, right? And then this one here will be a soccer ball. Okay. And then we have this one, like friends maybe. Oh, my pen's not working well. Friends working together, right? So maybe something along these lines, right? Okay, right. Okay, I think we just have a Pokemon or something like that, but yeah, just was summoned. So are you going to make the Ashton go and do quick attack or something? But yeah. Okay, right. Now, as I mentioned plenty of times, if you don't know what to do, right, in this case, it should be quite straightforward. Always refer to these two prompts here, right? Why was the mistake made? So explain how come there was this mistake, and then what happened after the mistake was made, right? So generally, if you can answer these 2 points, you are going to be generally okay. You, in theory, shouldn't fail, right? But yeah, it's a question of how well you do. Okay. Right. He summoned you. Okay. Can he unsummon you? Then, you know, would he have enough mana points to summon something else? Yes, Ashton, what can I do to help you? Do you like Messi or Ronaldo? No, I don't like I don't like either. I don't watch soccer. Okay, but yeah, thank you. I mean, Messi is always Messi, not a good person to have around, and Ronaldo is like another clown, right? So a clown that we all know, right? So yeah, no thanks. Okay. Let's move on, right? So mistake. Yeah, Ronald McDonald, the clown, right? Okay, right. So let's think about the car. What sort of story can we have with the car? What sort of story that involves a mistake that we can have with the car? Anyone? What's Archer, you just said he call. What's he call? Did I say he call? Seal, never feel oil. Okay, I don't understand what you're talking about. He swerved into the sea. Okay. That's you don't use oil. That's you mean petrol, right? Petrol. So what was the mistake? So what was the mistake? Car crash. So car crash, it can be an accident. So it cannot be an accident, it has to be a mistake. So what was the mistake? You have to be a fatal car crash can be a mistake. Yes, but you have to explain how was it a mistake and not an accident. See, it's written there in your explanation, a car accident. Then it is an accident, right? So you have to be clear, be careful that it is not an accident, but because it was done a knowing mistake, okay? Can we get 5K likes for, okay, sure, face review? What are you talking about? Oh, so right now, this is not my face. I'm going to do a face off and then I look different, is it? Right, anyway, the driver is the mistake. This SK, everything is the person is the mistake. So like your existence is the mistake, correct? Sort of thing, is it? Right? Now, ram into someone's random car and fail your driving test. Okay, I can imagine the violence that you all have. It's a mistake to have chosen this topic of mistake. I can see the violent tendency coming up. Yeah, what about the failure? What is the photo? The photo is the picture of a car. Oh, my thing is hiding it. Hang on. Yeah, I think car, right? So it was a picture of a car. Right? So no, now that other bar is hiding it. This is annoying. Okay, put it further down. Right. So yes, what is the mistake for the car? Driving, I'm a car. That's, I don't understand the English. Your England is too powerful. It's so powerful that I no understood it. Yes, drunk driving. Drunk driving, is that, okay, so maybe, yeah, maybe we could have something like that. So the mistake was to, where's my, right. So maybe the mistake was to drive, right, while not being, alert, right? So maybe you were distracted, right? So maybe you were distracted. What were you distracted by? I don't know. So maybe you were distracted by phone, right? You were distracted by someone else, right? Or something, depending, or maybe you want to talk about a cat of sorts, right? But yeah, so the idea that you were not alert, so drunk driving, okay? Now, the thing here is this, right? Now, have any of you here ever driven a car? Any of you here drove a car before? Yeah, right. The answer, yes, you have. Oh, wow, where? Plastic one, right. Like a real car. In your dreams, yeah, fantastic. In your dreams, I would just fly. I wouldn't bother with any transportation. In fact, I could do instantaneous transportation, right? Drive toy car, very good. Like a real car, people. You're chop what? Chop chili, chop. Go-kart. Go-kart. Okay, possible. Yeah, so you could talk about go-kart experience, possible, right? But you cannot use a go-kart here. But yeah, so if you have been in a go-kart, right? That will, no, not Mario Kart. Not some 2D pixel, right? So no pixels, real life. Yeah, of course, no real car. You will be underage. Your you will be in serious trouble if you manage to drive a car or get into the driver's seats for that matter, okay? Yeah. Do you not know what chop means? Chop depends on context. Chop could mean many things. So yeah, that depends on context. So what's the context? You wanted to drive the toy car and I pay for that, but he literally drive and don't give me a chance. I don't know what you're talking about. Zero FX, right? You don't drive a motorcycle, you ride a motorcycle, but you have ridden in one before, okay? Why is chop a new sort of a slang of sorts? Like, is that the new brain rot word? Okay, right. Now, so for the most parts, you wouldn't have driven a car before, right? And so the advice is don't write about driving a car. Okay, so the first idea, although we have it there, is not ideal that you use it because you don't know what it's like to drive a car. It's not going to be written well enough for the most parts. So let's take it from the other point of view. If you are not the driver, what could you be or what could the main character be such that there is a mistake involved? Anyone? What's Odin? Odin din din dun. I flew the car to heaven. Was there a song? I think the song was called Stairway to Heaven or something like that. Yeah. Right? You were there as what, Jacinta? What were you there as? Therefore. You mean the go-kart? Then you should take turns lah. You fly a helicopter, that's a totally different picture, but yeah. So what else could you be? You are my guidance to heaven. No, sorry, I'm not even sure if I'm going to make it there myself. Okay, so yeah, don't follow me on that. Auto-correct, mistake. Yeah, what is the thing? What's with this SIU? What's this U about? Oh, this happy space sound like a very positive person. Okay, you're going to reincarnate into a capybara. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so what do you think? If you are not the driver, whose perspective can you take to talk about the mistake? The driver passed the red light and there is a person walking at the traffic light then got hit. So why? So yeah, the correct idea is there. But where is therefore the mistake, Mr. Zero FX or Miss Zero FX? So what is the thing? Where is the mistake? Based on your short plot of the story, what is therefore the mistake? It is unclear. Your Siu reminds me of Kopi Siu Tai, but yeah. Kuru kuru is Japanese for turning around. Okay. You're the passenger. Not so. Okay, you could be the passenger, but then if you're a passenger, what mistake could you make? Because you are not the driver. You are not in control. So what could you do? Unless you're telling me that you decided for some reason or other to take the steering wheel forcibly from the driver and then you turn it for whatever the reason. But why would any sane person be doing that? You're not in some action movie. This is not Mission Impossible 7 or whatever. Yes, Ashton. Driver singing and dancing in his mind, closing his eyes. Yeah, so we have that one that's not alert. So zero FX, like I mentioned. So the focus shouldn't be on the driver. The focus should therefore be on the pedestrian, right? So let's say you are the pedestrian. So what is the mistake you made as a pedestrian? Pedestrian, right? So what is the mistake that you will make? That's very wrong. Pedestrian. T-R... T-R-I-A-N, right? Right? So what is the mistake that was made as a pedestrian? Oh, the R is there, no wonder. Pedestrian. Okay, there we go. All right. You were distracted by Cristiano. Okay. So are you saying that you were crossing the road and then you saw some what do you call that? You saw some handsome guy, right? And then you were distracted by said handsome guy, and then you crossed the road even though the red light is, even though, yeah, it's no longer the green man, right? And so therefore, you made the mistake. Sure, right? So you were distracted, right, when crossing. So what could you be distracted by, right? You could be distracted by, well, what you're distracted by typically, right? So you could be distracted by what? Your favorite thing. Yes, Ashton. Okay, yes, handsome guy. If you're going to do handsome guy, then we shall be fair to the other gender and say that there will be some uh, 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 attractive girl. But can we not do this? This is like, yeah. What else? The more obvious one. Yeah, very good. Mr. YH Chen or Miss YH Chen, right? Your phone could be a distraction. What else could be distraction? Your friends can be a distraction, right? Because you're busy talking, you're busy laughing. And so therefore, what happened? You all never what? So the other one that you could talk about, therefore you did not, right? Check the road before crossing, right? For those above mentioned reasons, you were distracted. Air can be a distraction. Wow. Okay. Wow. That's, if you can be distracted by air, I can imagine you have a hard time concentrating on anything else. Okay, right. Now, so let's talk about the why. Why would there be such distractions? Why would such distractions exist? Or why are they effective distractions for that matter? How come this distraction work? What mosquito? You were distracted by a mosquito? Your friend almost got hit by a car today. Oh dear, I hope, yeah, well, the fact that you say almost got hit means never get hit, but yeah, so please be careful. What are you going to slay? Are you going to be like Demon Slayer? Are you going to slay dragons? Distracted. Excuse me, language please, Mr. Capybara. If not, I'll have to mute you. Let's not mention any drugs of sorts, okay? Yeah, not focused, right? So yeah, I don't know slay. I only know slay dragon. But yeah, so why are you distracted? Well, so because like we said, you all were talking, right? Or maybe you're like here right now, what you are doing generally, you are joking, and so you all were having so much fun, right? Having so much fun, right? Alternatively, you notice, although it doesn't happen very often, there are some who likes to play, right, with basketball or soccer ball, right, near the roads, right? And then after that, you know, well, they made a mistake, and then I don't know, they were trying to run after the ball without checking clear again, and then that happens. Slay, yeah, slay. You slay, I slay, we slay, right? Okay, right. You mean K-pop? But yeah, slay dragon, yeah, slay dragon more better. Right. You saw the car accident. Yes, zero FX. Yes, correct. But we're not doing an accident. It has to be a mistake. So when you do the car picture, you have to be very, very careful that you are not writing about a mistake. Oh, sorry, you're not writing about accident, but you're writing about a mistake. Okay, right? Now, so of course, maybe you could talk about the fact that you wanted to rush home, right? So I don't know for what reason. Maybe because, yeah, you want to play with your Nintendo Switch, your Mario, you want to do homework, you want to play, I don't know, you're rushing to watch the latest Demon Slayer so you can slay or whatever, right? So yeah, rush home, you can to watch, you know, TV or to play, you know, so these are the reasons, right? That, or maybe you want to be a studious person and then you say rush home to complete, to do your homework, right? So yeah, this could be reasons, right? And so you would therefore be distracted, and because you are distracted, you make the mistake of not checking the road, and then therefore you made the mistake and maybe, yeah, almost got knocked down, right? So the thing you have to be very careful here is that you must not be what do you call that, distracted, or you lose focus, and then you write about an accident rather than a mistake, right? So an accident and mistake, although can be quite similar in nature, are different. Okay, so yeah. Right, now with that, let's look at the second one. What about the soccer ball? What sort of mistake could be made with the soccer ball? Yeah, those P6s had your oral exam, so I hope you did well, this happy space. But whatever it is, you know, it is over. Focus on the next oral exam. If you had your mother tongue today, then focus on your English and vice versa. But yes, let it slay, let it slay. Is it? Instead of let it go lah. You are dying because mother tongue is next. Okay, don't worry. Mother tongue is a lot of the Achilles heels of a lot of people. Okay, so don't worry. Can talk about the topic vape. Why? Why are you talking about the topic vape? Are you asking me to talk about it? Or are you asking about whether you can do so in the oral exam? I don't know what your question means. Right? But yeah, exactly. Why and why would you want to talk about vapes? Okay, let's move on. Let's come back to the soccer ball. So what sort of topic we could have about soccer ball? What kind of mistake could happen? Anyone? Any ideas? Thinking about life while playing with football and getting hit. That Mr. or Miss Cute Brute 101, that would be an accident, not a mistake. The ball exploded sounds like some accident of sorts, not a mistake. You were distracted by seeing Hontu. Hontu in daytime. Very good. But how the mistake was that you were distracted by something. So yeah, can we have something else that it's more logical? What's with yellow? Yellow is a color, is it? I heard an accident about goalposts falling down on the student during CCA. Then that's an accident. That's not a mistake, right? So here we're talking about mistake. So you all must be very careful. The topic is a mistake, not an accident. So whatever that you mentioned just now was an accident. So you would fail the topic. Okay? So be careful. If this came up for PSLE, then yeah, be very careful. This is not an accident but a mistake. Okay, so maybe for example, right, what happened? You took someone else's soccer ball, right, by accident. I mean, for the most parts, they generally all look the same, right? So maybe you took that one by accident, maybe because you were distracted or whatever, but we'll do it the why later. Okay? What is outdoor activity? Are you all talking about what? Tralilu or something like that? Lalilu? Okay? Then what else? What other mistake could there be? PSLE mistake. Right. So you actually plan to kick the ball, right? And then, so it's not done accidentally, yeah? So you decided to kick the ball at someone or something. So you did it with the full intention of doing so and knowingly so. So therefore it is not an accident, it is a mistake, right? And that mistake, for whatever the reason that drove you to do that, is a mistake, right? So you did it knowingly. That is the difference, right? An accident, you don't expect the outcome. That was not expected. Okay? Okay, ZeroFX, I don't know where you got the piece of information from. It doesn't quite hold. To be fair, last year's paper, the English paper, they're not that easy actually. Okay, and that was an even year. So yeah, that one not really whatever true. Okay, so yeah, any other reasons, or not reasons, what other plots do we have for a mistake, right? You could also talk about you lose or you could spoil the ball, right? The soccer ball, right? Of course, you could say that it belongs to someone else, or it could be yours, right? And then you have to tell us the details of how or why you lost it or you spoiled it. But then again, bearing in mind that it is not because of an accident, but because it is a mistake. Okay? Now, so let's look at why. Now, why could this mistake occur? What could cause the mistakes that we mentioned above to occur? Anyone? Comments, contributions, suggestions? When Cher met us do it. What did your Cher make you do? Bullying? Why is there bullying here? Pop the ball because you lost that badly. It's not a balloon, you know. How do you pop a soccer ball? It's very sturdy. I mean, it's meant to withstand kicks. And the good ones, if I'm not mistaken, they are made of leather. Or was that basketball? I think it's the soccer balls as well. They are generally, the good ones are made of leather, not plastic. Okay. Yeah. So not so much you could pop the ball in anger. But I mean, there could be some idea of anger involved that caused you to make a wrong decision. And yes, therefore, that would be a mistake. So yeah, we could add the point in about there being anger. So there was anger of sorts, right? And so with the anger, you decided to kick the ball at the person, maybe because you were raging. You saw maybe, I don't know, since you're talking about the messy fella and the clown, then maybe someone, your friend was talking to you about the soccer players, right? So they ask, they say that, you know, the Ronald McDonald is better than the Messi fellow. Then after that, you were upset because they were making fun of your favorite soccer player. So you were so angry, in the fit of the anger, you decided to kick the ball into their face, and then you did that. And so that was the mistake, right? Because they made fun of your beloved Messi fellow or Ronald McDonald, whichever. I mean, up to you, right? So that could be, yeah, a mistake. Main character had a game with someone and he does not like the other color. Yeah, I mean, color could work, although it's quite childish to do so. But sure, color could work, right? But yes, right? So yeah, there could be anger involved, right? It could be an idea of overconfidence as well that led to it, right? The idea that maybe, I don't know, you were in a rush to collect your stuff and then you did not check to see if that ball belonged to you, and then you just took it, and so you made the mistake of not checking correctly. Or maybe the mistake was not to label your belonging, in this case the ball, right? What flying kick? Why got flying kick one? What are you kicking? Okay, so yeah, right, so that's for this. Now let's look at the one for studying. What sort of mistake could that be? You know, I'm sure this one you all will be able to relate to, right? So the two girls that were, well, studying together, working together. So you could talk about them working together. You could talk about them studying together. That will work. What sort of mistake could that be? Copy friends' homework. How is that a mistake? I mean, unless you're saying that you're doing it purposefully, and so you decided to copy knowing that it was not the right thing to do, and so that was a mistake. Sure, so you can copy friends homework, right? Knowing it was wrong, right? So yeah, that could be done, right? What else? You gave the friend the wrong answer. Okay, so maybe you taught your friend the wrong, I don't know, formula or concept, right? Or grammar rule or whatever it may be, depending on the subject I want to talk about. And so, yeah, that could be a mistake. And then, of course, why do you make the mistake? Your friend betrayed you and you tell a secret to your friend. Your friend betrayed you and you told a secret. So maybe you did it out of anger to spite your friend, and then you realize it was a mistake. So yeah, maybe you could have told. So the idea that you reviewed friends' secret. Yeah, that could work. You reveal a friend's secrets, right? Without permission, sure, right? Your friend stole your money. Why steal money? There they show you books and everything. There's no money there. Why must you talk about stealing money? Right? I mean, you could talk about the mistake you being revising a wrong topic, right? You thought it was the topic on, I don't know, plants and the transport system, but then actually it was magnets or something, and then you made the mistake, right? Maybe because you look at the wrong page or whatever, you know, or you didn't check, and then you imagine it to be so based on your whatever imagination that you have. Okay, right? So maybe it could also be a mistake whereby, I don't know, you have done the wrong assignment, right? So maybe your teacher asked you to do pages 5 to 7. You did, you thought it was 7 to 10 or something like that, and then you made that mistake, right? You brought phones there. Where is there? But okay. Felt bored, played the phone, and then the main character accidentally revealed darkest secret and the friend exposed it. Okay, that one sounds very dark already. Okay, but yeah, let's move on. Now, why? Now, why would these so-called mistakes happen? Why would you be, for example, copying your friend's homework, knowing it was wrong? Excuse me. I don't have my bottle of water with me. I'm going to die of thirst. Yes, why? Oh, I found my bottle. What's 34 and 56? Yes, anyone? Why would there be copying someone's friend without knowing the mistakes? Anyone? He might become a zombie. Okay. Yes, why? Why? You thought the action was correct. You obviously know it's wrong. You cannot not tell me at this stage that you think that copying someone's work will be correct. So there has to be a better reason than that. Okay? Mr. Capybara, can you stop with the illegal activities? You do know it's illegal, right? Can I call police? I call police. Yeah, then still talk about it for what? What school you from? I should call your school. They ask them to search you up. You know, maybe you have some on you. Sus. Okay, why would you copy? I mean, why would you copy? Do not get in trouble. So why would they be in trouble? So obviously they did not finish the work, right? So why would they therefore not finish the work? And so therefore would lead them to this problem whereby, or rather the wrong decision, the mistake of copying someone else's work. Why? Why? Did not know how to do. Okay, sure, we could say that they don't know how to do the work, and then instead of asking the person to teach you, you decided to copy. That could work, right? So you are unsure how to do, and at the same time, you did not dare ask friend to teach you, right? Maybe because you are a shy person, or you are not familiar with the person, you're afraid the person will make fun of you or whatever, right? The teacher don't like you and you promise the teacher that you won't do it and you forgot about it. No, that's a very bad storyline. I mean, if you watch this kind of show, you'll be like, oh my goodness, what kind of storyline is this? So no, right? But yes, we can have some other things, maybe because you forgot to do your homework, right? Because maybe the night before you are busy playing your, I don't know, Brawl Stars or whatever you're playing now, what? Minecraft or whatever, blocking of roads or whatever, right? Then after that, forgot to do the homework, right? Why this annoying thing keep auto-correcting for me? I want homework, I don't want he, right? So forgot to do homework, and then in the act of desperation, right? In the act of desperation, you know that your teacher is very strict, very stern, very fierce, right? And so in the act of desperation, you decided to copy, right? Because you want to avoid being punished, also because you know this teacher is kind of scary, right? In my school last time, there was this very scary teacher that no student would dare to cross. She's such a legend that even after the students go to secondary school, in the secondary school that she never taught, the students there also know her name, even those who never came from my school. That is how legendary she is. She's the real Sigma, the real Alpha, okay? Yesterday, my teacher says she's very smart. Okay, good for her. Right? Now, yeah. So, yes, that one is legendary. But, yeah. Yes, okay. So, let's look at the other. So, you taught your friend the wrong concept, the wrong formula. So, why did that happen? This one should be quite simple, right? Cher only got one strict teacher. What do you mean? I'm pretty strict myself. Yeah. When I want to be strict, I can be very strict. But yeah, and this is a TikTok live thingy. It's not a class. So, I mean, it's, yeah, depending how you look at it, nothing to be strict here about. Okay, so why? What got panda teacher? What are you all doing Kung Fu Panda or something? No, the teacher is the master Ugui. What is supposed to be a tortoise or turtle. You are the alpha and I'm the sigma. And then you are the beginning, I'm the end. No, wait, sigma is not the end. Omega is the end. Anyway, yeah. Your school is Mandai. You're from the zoo? Yeah, I think so. Are you from the River Wonders? Do you perform at River Wonders? Okay, right. So, what could it be such that they taught the wrong formula, right? Could be maybe because he was not sure, right? But then the idea that he did not want to lose face and so acted as though it was the correct thing to do, and so therefore went ahead and taught the friend the wrong thing, and so that was the mistake. The idea that he was unable to acknowledge that, you know, he did not know, right? And so that could be an issue in itself. Okay, so that could be that. Then what else could we talk about? The review the friend's secret. This one got, well, it could be, so you must be careful. The revealing of the friend's secret, it is not an accident. It's not that I show you by accident and hey, then like, whoops, I did it again. Then cannot. Then that becomes accident, not a mistake. So it must be done intentionally, purposefully. Okay, so yeah, you need to make sure that it's a mistake. So I won't deal with that one. That's not a very good, nice plot to deal with. So I shall skip that one. But you revised the wrong topic. Why? Why do you revise the wrong topic? What could cause you to do so? Anyone? Any suggestions? Reasons why you could revise the wrong topic? Okay, thank you for the likes and everything. But yeah, Mr. Miss So, are you my boss? Otherwise, yeah, boss ni hao. Anyone? Never to listen to the teacher cause of drawing. Sure. So maybe you were absent-minded, right? Or you were distracted, right? And then maybe you could have talked about you copying wrongly, right? So you're supposed to write, I don't know, page 4, like just now we're supposed to copy page 5 to 7. You wrote 8 to 10 instead. Miss Jody went to Jurong Point AGrader. How would you know? Why are you so interested in Miss Jody? How do you know Miss Jody anyway? Anyway, yes. Any other ideas? If not, yeah, you done the wrong assignment. Yeah, because like we said, you copied the wrong pages and so on and so forth. Okay, right. So we generally have some general plots, right? Like I said, just have to be careful. It is not a mistake. Sorry, it's not an accident, but it is a mistake. So it has to be done with a purpose in mind. You are a capybara that can sniff the future, the past, and the future. The past and the present. Okay, sure. Good for you. Can you sniff out the total numbers for next week? If you can, that'll be a lot more useful. Is it a great word to use snitched in compo? I mean, the idea of the word snitch, I mean, the idea is to tell on someone. And the thing is, snitch is informal. So I wouldn't suggest you use it. If you are forced to use it, which you shouldn't be, I mean, because you are the writer anyway, so you get to decide what words you want to use. You will want to use tell on someone. That would be more formal, right? Because this is informal, it can be seen as slang of sorts. So, I mean, yeah, not a good choice of words, but yeah, I wouldn't use it if I were you. Okay, right. Can we write snitches get stitches? That is rather how would I say, not ideal. That doesn't make sense anyway. How can I add a page? Yeah, can I add a page with this? I don't think I can add a page. So right, maybe we could write. Someone wanted me to write the compo of sorts, but there is no extra page. How to write without the extra page? Okay, never mind. Wait, choto mate. We can move this up a bit, and then we have this space here. Okay, come. So you want to write the what was that? The introduction, right? Someone wanted me to write introduction, right? What's Noah? Are we not going to write intro? Does it fit the screen? Let me check. Yep, seems to fit. Right, so how shall we do this intro? Any idea? How do you want to start the intro? Write the body without the intro. Let's start it with a proper sequence. How do you want to start? So let's think about it. Now, or rather, before that, which one are we doing? Are we doing the one about the car, the soccer ball, or the studying? Which one would you want to write about first? Once upon a time. Wow. Some people have 11 fingers, not many, and there are those with 12. They are born with it. Yes. Okay. So yeah. Studying. Okay, so Jacinta wants to do the one about studying. Anyone else? Car. Okay, Zero wants to do about car. Can I do is there like some voting function here of sorts, polling? Do I have a poll here for TikTok? I mean, Zoom has lah. Do we have some poll function here? No, right? Yeah. No have. Okay, so yeah, we have one person who wants to do the studying, one person wants to do car. The rest of you, which picture shall we use? Anyone? Studying, okay, sure. We have 2 for studying, 2 for cars now. We have more cars. 3 cars, 3 study. We are a tie, people. Hey, can y'all like stop typing the same thing? It's hard to keep count. Study. Did Ashton vote just now? Okay. Seems like car and studying obviously have a tie, but I can't tell because you all keep spamming the chat, right? So, but it seems like the studying might have a bit more people, but yeah, I don't know. Car. Okay, people, you have to decide. Let me see. I shall take the safest option. I shall go with soccer ball because no one chose it. That would be the wisest choice, right? Then I will anger everyone instead. Okay. Car, study. Okay. Okay, let's start with car first. Okay, let's do the car first. And then if we have time, which I doubt, we could do one for the studying. Okay? Right. Actually, we could always do one intro that can be used in both. If you use your brain a bit more, can be done. Okay? Come. So how shall we start? Are you going to start with the setting? Are you going to start with a speech? Are you going to start with... Let's not do flashback. A flashback, it requires you to know the rest of the story first. So we shall not do the flashback. What else could we start with? We could start with a question. We could start and tell people directly what to do. What do you want to start with? Start with your mother. Why would you want to involve your mother in this? Car at full speed. Okay, so Zero seems to have some idea of a flashback to start there at the car coming at you at full speed, right? Sure, that could work. And then she was studying and walking through. Yep. Okay, right. So yeah, let's start with the introduction. Okay, yeah, maybe let's start with that one. So Zero has a very good idea about starting with the car coming towards you, right? So let's use show not tell. How would you act like if you had a car coming at you? Come, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Show not tell. Good phrases for show not tell as you see some random car coming at you. Okay, not random, but sure. Come, show not tell. Fear. Okay, Zero is totally getting what do you call that? Out of point already, but sure. Okay, the storyline totally off already. Show not tell fear. Anyone? Can we do a princess story? No, we won't. His fingers trembled, stood rooted to the ground. Okay, sure. Anything else? Okay, come. So let's try out. We have some ideas here. So like a deer. Like a deer what? Staring at the headlamps, right, of a car speeding towards me. If you get the pun, you get the pun, right? And then I stood rooted, right, to the ground. And then what else? What else? I stood rooted to the ground. Okay, sure, got cold sweat, right? Actually, can you all see, is it too small? Do I need to increase the size of the words? Hang on, maybe I should, right? Because last time it would, you all will complain like font size, don't know what, cannot see, right? So let me increase the font size a bit, make it easier for all of us, right? So stood rooted to the ground. I tremble in fear. I shiver me timbers, is it? Okay, sure. I stood rooted to the ground, right? As my feet trembled like jelly. Okay, so now, right? Now, so let's change. So we have this ready. Speech. What will you have a speech about, or what will you have a thought about that will link to this? What is a speech or the thought to show what's happening next? So what are they going to, this person going to say about or think about? So what do you want to happen next? Excuse me. No more ideas. What is the speech or the thought about? Help me. Okay, Jacinta, not wrong. But you see, the point is, just now we said you stood there like some dumbfounded person, right? And you were too scared everything. Do you think the most logical thing would be to shout, help me? Or not say, not logical. It is logical, but would someone in that situation be able to do so? They might think that, right? So they will not be shouting that. But yes, we can use the help me. Or yeah, then we have this is this really the end? That could work also. So maybe, yeah, we could use this. So very good, yeah. So, but we won't use a speech. We'll use a thought. But yes, good. I mean, you didn't mention it was a speech. I thought it was a speech. So yeah, that one's on me. Okay, so but yes, a thought will be good, right? So what is the thought? Right, so the thought is help me, right? Help me. Help me. Maybe not help me. Maybe we make it a bit more mysterious, right? So we'll start with, is this the end for me? Right? Then after that, who can help me? Right? Then after that, I thought as what? I thought, right, to myself, and then what happened? So we don't want to tell the readers what's happening yet. So we know that there's going to be a car, but can we hint that there is a car? Right? I thought to myself, what sort of hint can we give that the car is speeding towards the person without being all too obvious that we're going to talk about the accident? Or alternatively, we could choose, not to talk about the car at all. And actually, we could just end here, right? Or we could I thought to myself, right? While my life, right, flashed before my eyes, okay? I shut them tight, right? And what? Okay? And turned, okay, to face away from the I don't know, let me see, the oncoming danger, right? I shut them tight and turn to face, right? Then after that, comma, right? Right, yeah, someone got it. The deer became the headlights. But I mean, not the deer became the headlights. It was not just a figurative headlight, it was a literal headlight, right? To face away from the danger, right? Praying and hoping I would survive. Right, and now we have a very, very wonderful introduction that is rather enticing, right? So when you read this introduction, do you know that there is a car accident that's going to happen? Anyone? Q&A, yeah, Q&A. Okay, you're having your own conversation, is it? So if you are having, I shan't disturb you all, please have your own conversation. Right, thank you, Ashton. Right, so no, you don't know. And would this therefore be a good introduction to make the reader interested? Right, yeah, this is pretty good, right? I mean, yeah, thanks to your efforts, we have combined this, right? So you notice here, so what I want to highlight is that what we are doing is we are, to some extent, we are hiding the details. We know that there is danger, right? Or I could say, I mean, with this, right, there is this danger that is coming. And notice that what we use here was your show not tell. We have your show not tell to show that there was this fear. We use the thoughts, right? To emphasize this fear, to emphasize there was this danger, right? And so with this, right, we also did it in a way without, right, telling what danger there is, right? Or in this case, there was, because this is a narrative talking about the part, right? And so therefore, yeah, you could think of it as fast, although for AGrader, we use still, which is, oh, now that page appears, okay? Which is, oh, where's my thing? So you could use fast. Fast, I used to teach it in school, but I didn't really like fast because they didn't have the good things, one thing I was looking for, right? So what we have is, for still, we have your speech. You could use a speech. You could use a thought. You could use your effects on others. Now, this is the very important one, effect on others, your actions, and your looks, right? So these would be the things you talked about. Now, for fast is feelings, action, speech, and thoughts. The important thing they don't have is the effect on others. Now, this is very important, right? So now here, if you realize, what we are doing is that we are showing basically, this represents the effect of the car on you, right? Now that is important, right? Now, so, and you also realize, what sort of introduction have we written? Why are we talking about Demon Slayer? But okay, sure. Now, what sort of introduction have we written also? What sort of introduction is this? Can anyone tell me? Victory Royal. No, this is not a Victory Royal beginning. There's no such beginning as such. Yes, Ashton, guys. Effect on others. No, that's not the, I mean, we don't have such a title for introduction. I mean, this is something that you all would be, I think some of you would kind of like to use in your writing. It starts with the letter F. It's a? No, it's not a speech. We didn't start a speech. You see, we started with this like a deer, so it's not a speech, right? So this is your flashback. This is a flashback with a lot of details, right? Now, so this flashback, right, would be actually from the climax. We are flashing back from the climax, not some random kitchen that you are in, or as you daydream somewhere somehow, okay? So this is the flashback that we have from the climax, right? And so this is basically also your climax, right? So yes, this is your flashback, okay? Right, so yes, we have written an introduction, nothing all too difficult, not too, well, outstanding either. I mean, quite okay, normal sort of stuff, right? I mean, if you can write like that, you should be close to at least AL2 caliber, okay? Right. Okay, so yes, that's it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. All the best for your oral tomorrow. Sleep early, get a fresh mind so you can smoke your way through better. You can talk more sensibly tomorrow, right? Just have to bluff the examiner, okay? They will just smile at you. Don't worry, they are asked to, they will train to smile at you, okay? Good luck, take care. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks' time. Adios, ciao, sayonara. Hey, where's the button? Bye.